Getting ready for solo adventure number 6 today, people. Off on a little crazy kayak adventure. I've never done it before. Fingers crossed I figure it out. Surely it can't be that hard. How hard can it really be? So I've got all my gear packed, ready to go. I'm a little bit late, but as is, we're always behind schedule. So I'm going to crack off in Manchester now, heading up to Scotland. And I'll bring you along on the way, and if I can't, I'll see you when I get there. Other than that, Levi, my little man, I hope you're doing well. Daddy loves you. Mwah! I'll see you all soon. I have arrived. I've made it to my destination. We are beachside. So what we have to do in a minute, I'm going to go get my gear, is we need to sail over to this island here. And that's the plan for today. Don't want to waste your Fridays, waste your weekends. Get yourself up and get out. Let's do this. It's my birthday tomorrow, everybody. It's 21st of June today, 22nd of June tomorrow is my birthday. I'm going to be 39. I'd love to be able to celebrate it with my little boy, with you Levi, but you're here in spirit with me, and hopefully I can take you on this journey with me. Well, I guess it's time to get this gear unpacked, get it all out the car. I've got a hell of a lot of stuff to get down to the beach, so bear with me and wish me luck. Well, here we go, people. Everything I need for a kayaking trip. It's a little bit later than it was earlier, but time to get all this gear set up and get across this lake because it's getting late. There we go, people. That's the boat pumped up. Just need to get a few extras on there. Right. Could have been worse. Don't know if you all just seen that. A bird just literally shit on my leg. What's the chances? What's the chances, eh? Hopefully it's a good luck charm. My wipes are somewhere in the bag. I don't have access to them right now. Nasty. Could have been worse. Don't know if you all just seen that. A bird just literally shit on my leg. What's the chances? What's the chances, eh? Hopefully it's a good luck charm. My wipes are somewhere in the bag. I don't have access to them right now. Nasty. Found them. It's pissing it down, you know. It's pissing with rain. The boat's not done yet. I've just been shit on. One of them days. I hope you're all having a great weekend though. Levi, if you're watching this, don't let anything in life stop you. I got let down by a friend today. He was supposed to be coming. Ah well. I'm still going. The rain's coming down. I've never kayaked before. I don't know what I'm doing. What's the chance of getting shit on though? Of all the places to sit and get yourself ready. A big steaming shit from a bird. Right on my brand new life jacket as well. I'm gonna have to give this a proper clean when I get back to fucking, if I make it to the other side. Looks like the tide's coming in as well. You can get my food. So many things to organise. That's Charlie to leave all last minute. You know how it is. These birds are taking the piss, man. you know, these fry bags are the worst. As you can see, I've not read the instructions here, I'm doing it. Right, here we go people. I'm going to load up this bag onto the boat and bring you along, so wish me luck. Let's see if I can actually paddle. I don't know how to. Here's the view from my boat. And there's me. The phone fell over before. The waves are getting a bit choppy underneath the boat, you see. So it's kind of hard to find somewhere to put the phone without you falling down. I'm trying to use my leg, but see how long that lasts. What's my little boy doing today? June 21st, 2024. I know you won't be able to remember that far back when you're older, but I can only imagine. I wish I could bring you along on one of these adventures, man. Oh, I'd love it. You know, one thing I wasn't expecting is the feeling of the waves underneath the boat. Especially when you've not packed a boat before and you've packed it uneven and you're sat way too close to the front and it's a two-person boat. Sorry about the camera, people. Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. How do all these other professionals do it? How do they keep all the cameras straight and everything on these rocky boats? Oh. So here we are out on the lake. Doing my little bit of paddling. I've come from there. I'm making it over to that side. I'll tell you now, whoever said paddling was easy was lying. I got these oars because I was being a cheapskate from Temu. Now, if you're ever going to go kayaking, I recommend you don't buy your oars from Temu because I've had to re-screw these and reattach them so many times now, and if you weren't paying attention you could definitely lose them in the water. See, I've got like a little strap, you'll see it every now and again, that orange strap to save your oars, but if it snaps in the middle that's useless because it only saves it at one end. So anyway, report from my first kayaking trip. Oh shit, it's not easy. I think I'm in the wrong position on the boat. It's too heavy at the back, it's too light at the front because I'm 11 kilometers south. I'm not going 11 kilometers south. Oh shit. See that behind me, people? We've made it to land. Sorry about the footage though. Honestly, I do not know how these guys do it with the tripods on these boats. I know I'm a terrible kayaker. It is my first time, but it shouldn't be this hard. When I get to land and I get my tent set up and everything, I'll rethink how I'm gonna strap it on when I'm going home, because it's just no good. You're either left or you're right, but you won't stay in the middle. It's like, I just don't get it. Like, what do I do? I don't know. At least you got some footage. I'm trying my best with all this YouTube stuff. As I said, solo adventure number 6. Just getting a little bit madder and madder every time. And I'll be honest with you, this adventure is more like practice for a couple of trips I've got lined up for next year. All you professional kayakers out there probably watching me thinking, what is he doing? I've done alright though. I've come 2 miles, I've not really stopped once. I just kept going. Only thing I don't understand is how you turn the boat or keep it straight. I think it's because I'm sat so far to the front. Like when I get up to land in a minute. In fact, let me flip the camera so you can see where I'm going. Here we go. We're almost there, people. We've almost made it to land. Let the boat come to a nice rest. There we go. Oh, right. Shall I do it with the phone in my hand? Alright, let's do it. Let's have a laugh together, eh, shall we? At least my bag made it. It's probably soaked, but hey, we've come a long way. We've literally got a deserted island all to ourselves. Hey, what better way to spend the weekend? Let me just turn this boat round sideways. It'll make life a little bit easier. Oh, hello there. How's it going, everyone? Imagine seeing you here like this. Alright, let's get my ass out of this boat, eh? Woo! It's cold on your toes, I tell you. Oh my god. Like I say, not quite done this before, so. Hey! I survived. My phone survived. The boat survived. I got a little bit wet, but imagine the boat just sailed off without me. Stranded on the island. Help! Oh. Extend this up a little bit. Well, I made it. Jesus, I'm proud of myself. Are you proud of me, everyone? Everyone that said I wasn't going to do it and doubted me. I did it, god damn it. I did it. Levi, are you proud? Hope so. Get this bloody life jacket off. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't have to use it. And if you're wondering, this is a pretty strong life jacket because I cannot swim. Oh, there we go. I definitely need to get a fire going tonight. Get some of these clothes dry. Alright, first things first, eh? Let me get my bag out of there. Oh, God, I bet everything in my bag is soaked. I guess I was complaining before, but at least the dry bag's dry. I do have my fishing rod as well, people. Fishing rod. Got my proper tripod this time. Do you remember all them times we did all those previous videos and I was complaining about the tripod? This is the one I'm using right now, but like I told you and promised you, I'd upgrade to a proper one. So now I have one. Just starting to rain as well. Get this boat on the beach, shall we? Right, this way we can definitely make it home. Oh. I'm not really sure how deep the water comes up here. I'll tie it to a tree anyway. It's not going anywhere. Do you know, I've never been here before at all. So I don't really know where we're going to camp. We could just camp beachside, but do I want to take that risk that the tide's going to come in and like wash me away? Right. I guess what I'll do, I'm going to quickly get changed out of these wet clothes. I'll bring you back and we can catch up and go for a walk and figure out where we're camping for the night. Right, I'm dressed, people. Got my rain gear on because it is spitting. I did have a sort of malfunction. I'm still recovering. It's been about 20 minutes since you've seen me last. I've been like rolling around on the floor, like crying like a little girl. Got some DEET spray. I went to spray it on my arm. I wasn't paying attention and the nozzle was spraying right into my eye. I went, shh. This eye is burning. I've cleaned it out though. Done the best I can. What I'm going to do now is throw up a little tarp in this section. So I've got somewhere to chill out. Look out over the water. I've not looked for a place to camp yet, but I'm thinking possibly just on the top of this hill. I've not had a chance to look around or have a wander. It might not even be till tomorrow now, the way things are going. That whole eyeball situation has just set me back so much. Oh, I'm alive though, I'm alive. Could be worse, could be worse. At least I'm out of them wet clothes anyway, that's the main thing, eh? Let's see what we can do here. No fancy knots tonight. Just getting it done. Just trying to remember where you put half this stuff is half the battle. On a normal day I'd be a little bit more organised, but today's not really a normal day, is it? Ugh. Which bag did I put it in? What? She won't even be in it. It'll be in the main It'll be in the main bag, won't it? Yep. Told you. You know, when you want something, you just can't find it. Jeez, that's bloody Nora. Crystalline water bottles, they're not safe for travelling with. You have no seal on them. Just popped open everywhere. Try not to spray it in my eyes this time. Where the hell did I put them scissors? All that just to find these things. There we go, people. Look at this. Almost done now. He says and then it falls down. How's that, people? Better? Hope so. I've got some more for the back though, so we were good. Plenty of light. Just stick another one on. See if we can make it double bright in here. Got a better idea. See if I can zigzag it to the other corner. And I've got an overhead light then. Ah, thought that'd be strong enough. Oh, maybe I need to stick it to that side, that's why. No. Let's skip down. Home for the evening. Set up, plenty of light, so you can see me. Do you remember like the old videos so you couldn't see me in the dark? Now you can see me in the dark. Hey, we've upgraded. Next thing for me to do now, probably try and get this tent set up. So many midges. Get this tent set up and then I'll bring you back. Try and get this tent set up then. This is a new tent for me as well, as a new boat. As you know, I don't do branding, so I won't be telling you what kind of tent it is, but just trust me, it's supposed to be a good one. I told you guys I brought so much stuff with me. Way more than I needed. But as it's my birthday tomorrow, I wanted a little bit of luxury. It might look like I'm struggling here. The only reason why I'm struggling is because these midges are getting me like crazy. Almost done, people. I like to have my feet down at the bottom, head near the door, so I can keep an eye on what's going on out there. A new sleeping bag as well. You guys have not seen this one before.
all my bags from all the different pieces of equipment. Keep them in the tent. Don't want to lose them. Actually, put the pegs in there as well. In fact, I'm going to put these in the dry bag. All my bits and bobs that I need to get out of here because they're soaking wet. Light. Spare phone for internet. Power banks. Everything's soaked, man. Should have packed it much better than I did. Oh well. Once I get a fire going and whatnot, and get everything dried off. I'm finally back. It took me a while between the last time we seen each other and now. It's probably been a couple of hours. I think it's about 12 o'clock right now. But I've made it to the island. Got the entire island to myself. Loving life right now. But it's been a crazy adventure of a day. Honestly, like, I set off a little bit later than I was supposed to. I arrived here around 6 p.m-ish, 6:30. And then when I pulled up to find a place to park, parking was great, perfect, found a good location. And I thought, oh, do you know, I didn't get myself any breakfast. Some sausages, some black pudding, etc. Seeing as it's my birthday tomorrow, I needed like a nice breakfast. So I thought, let me see where the closest shop is. Closest shop is an hour extra on top to go back somewhere else to the local town and then back. So off I went, came back. It was probably actually about 7:30, 7-ish by the time I got back to the car park. Got down to the beach, thinking, oh, this won't take long. I'll just head down to the beach. Got all my gear down there, blow up this boat. The boat took a while to pump up. Not as bad as I thought, but a little while. But then there's the parts that go on the front and the back, and then the seats that blow up, and then you've got to tie all these ropes around the edges. I swear, I must have been doing it for a good 45 minutes. So I reckon it was about 8 o'clock by the time I got in the water, which was crazy. There's loads of people out swimming as well, like on the edge near the pier over there. But anyway, I finally got in the water. Here I go. Feet cold at first when I step in. I can do this. I think earlier on in the video you'll get to see me like step in the boat, or maybe you won't. I don't know. I'm not actually sure if I did. It was so hard to record, but I got in the boat anyway, no problems. But obviously with it being a two-man kayak and there was only one man, I wasn't quite sure how to load the boat up, so I put all my gear at the back, balanced it out as best I could. I got in the middle front and then started paddling. But one thing I realised is the seating position for me being at the front, I felt like I was literally at the very front of the boat with this big long boat behind me. And obviously I've never paddled before, so I've got in the water. There's a few people on the beach, whatever. I'm not really bothered. I started paddling. I just started going around in circles and I'm thinking, no, go the other way. Go the other way. Go the other way. Like, I tried to record some of it, but honestly, with the tripod situation and then my phone being so heavy, as soon as you get like a little bump on the wave, that's it, tripod's over, and the last thing I want to do is lose the phone. But it took me a while to get probably, I'd say 100 meters away from the beach where I started. It took me a good 20 minutes. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty difficult. But then I got out into the water. It was funny, like, I had a good time on the water, to be honest. There was a few like rocky moments where the boat was going and it was like, no, lean back, try and get my balance. And then the weirdest thing, right, because obviously I've never been on a kayak really out in the water before. I'm literally halfway across the middle of the lake or the loch, and I started feeling like lumps, like something hitting me underneath the boat. It started to scare me because I'm thinking, oh, Loch Ness monster. But then I thought, oh, maybe is it a fish or something just hitting the bottom of the boat? It was like freaking me out because it was like proper pushing me up underneath. And it took me ages to figure it out. And I thought, oh, it's the waves. It's the waves like hitting underneath the boat. But I never felt it before. It was really freaking me out. It's like, oh, I'm going to sink. So all I kept thinking is like, I'm going to sink. And then a few times I was trying to film, the phone was just falling over. I finally made it probably 100 meters from the beach. I think I got some video footage that you might see. But it's been a crazy adventure so far. And then I pulled up onto the beach, soaking wet. I knew I would be wet, but I wasn't quite sure how wet. But I had that blue hoodie on earlier, which is down here in a bag, absolutely soaked. Luckily, I was wearing shorts. The stuff in the dry bags, perfectly dry. But everything outside of the dry bags, absolutely soaked. So for next time, I would say, or I'd recommend to myself or anyone out going kayaking with a lot of gear, just get a full-size dry sack rucksack. So for me, it'd be like a 100-litre rucksack next time. Bearing in mind that'd be for gear for 2 people. I brought quite a lot of unnecessary stuff, like you see the table. Brought the big chair this time, so I could have got it a little bit smaller than what I've done. But all in all, I'm proud of myself. I made it. Everyone was like, oh, you're crazy. And I hope your dad's doing good, Janelle. Let me think. Right, yeah, so I pulled up on the beach. I'm waffling, going on tangents. I pulled up on the beach, dragged the boat up, got everything out. Thought, right, these midges are killing me. And bear in mind, I've not got anything set up at this point. I'm just like starting to pull stuff out the bag. So I got the DEET spray out, putting the DEET spray on, putting it on everywhere, And I was like, right, I can't feel any midges now. And then there was just like one little spot. I think it was on my arm or something. I can't remember where it was. But then I've got the DEET and I tried to like spray it right onto the spot I was trying to spray it on. But I had the bottle the wrong way around. And it literally just put one big squirt right into my right eyeball. It's 50% DEET. Oh my God, the pain. I felt like my eye was on fire. I like grabbed the bottle of water, just ripped the top of it. I'm there like I can't even open my eyes underwater, but this one time I was like, I need to keep my eye open, rinsing it out. So yeah, anyway, after about 30 minutes of almost crying, I finally like got my eye to settle down, but it was still burnt. It felt like it was throbbing. And then to make it worse, I had an eyelash in my eye, but I couldn't get it out because I've got no mirror with me. And it made me think, oh, I should have brought a mirror. So then I was trying to get that out for another 20 minutes. And then whilst I was doing that, it was raining. So, you know, my stuff was getting even more wet. So I think I recorded myself earlier setting up this tarp in the beginning. But then when I set the tarp up, I wasn't concentrating and all my gear was just on the outside of the tarp, getting even more soaking wet. So it was like, oh no. And then I wanted to do some filming. So the reason why I'm filming later in the evening, is because all my chargers got wet, charging cables got wet, my phone got wet. It's like, no! So I have to light my little fire and keep everything next to it, probably for the last 2 hours. At least 2 hours, I would say, to try and dry everything out. And finally got my phone charged up. And that's me coming to you live from my deserted island. And I feel like I've caught up with everything now. The tent, oh. I mean, so far so good. I'm liking it. Obviously, it's a new tent compared to what you've seen me use before. But what I did with this tent was I waterproofed it before, well, probably a month ago, before I got it, before I brought it out. So I did my own waterproof coating on it, let it dry for like 2-3 days, make sure it was all good, packed it away. This is the first time I've ever used it today, so I've brought it, unpacked it. But what I've done is when I've folded it up, I've folded it up with the sides that are waterproof touching together. So the whole tent, or the outside of the tent, was stuck together like 2 pieces of sellotape. So I've had to carefully like undo it all. That took another 20 minutes. It was just like one thing after the other. But it's my own fault. I should have put all my electrical equipment in the dry bag. I didn't. I just assumed it'd be alright in my bag. I should have known better. But here we are, finally. Time to chill. Feels so good to just be like kicking back. I hope you've all had a good evening. Good start to your weekend. Friday's been good. Levi, Daddy loves you. Mwah. Thinking of you always. I think this is one trip where I think I probably wouldn't have brought you on this one. Not on this first trip, because the way that boat was rocking side to side, that's too much responsibility. But now I've had a little go on it on the way back, I think I'll be a lot more comfortable. Plus I'll have less weight. All the liquids I've brought and stuff probably added up to 5 kilos worth of liquids. But yeah, I think everything's sorted now. Got my new sleeping bag, new tent. Oh, and anyone who's concerned after the last video, yes, I am wearing my hiking boots this time. No Jordans. But that brings us back to a few other things I wanted to talk about, really. But I think I'll save some of that for tomorrow, so I'm not just rabbiting on all night long. But for now, I'm really just kicking back, enjoying this first night by the fire. Nothing crazy going on. I've still got some sandwiches left over from my drive up here, so I'm just going to eat them. As far as cooking goes, I'll probably be fine after those sandwiches, so I'll do my cooking and everything tomorrow. I've got my cool little stove here though. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it does have a grill to go on top, so I can either cook straight on it or just stick my pan on top. I'll figure it out one way or the other. But yeah, I'm happy with everything. Say the chair's good, table's good, tent's good, boat's good. My plans for the future though, moving forward, one of the reasons why I came on this kayaking trip, for one, I've been driving past this place a lot on some of my other solo adventures for the last few years, to be honest. And I decided I need to come here, I need to get to these islands because I'm curious. It looks too mysterious and adventurous. I need to know what's there, and the only way to get there is on a boat. And whilst thinking of that, I started thinking, do you know what? I'd love to go overseas and start doing some other countries, on a kayak. So then I was like, right, I need to get one, get some practice in. And I thought this is the best place to come for me, rather than going straight overseas and probably flipping the boat, drowning and dying in misery. I thought I'll come here, practice. It would have been better if my friend was with me, just because it would have took some of the pressure off me, I think. But at the same time, it allowed me to film some footage for you guys, so can't really complain. Worked out in the end. I've had a really nice evening though, to be fair. I mean, I've been chilling out for a few hours, like I say, while the phone's been charging up. But it's definitely been an eventful day, that's for sure. Part of me, like, when everything was just sort of going wrong, when I'd had to add the extra time on to go to the supermarket, and then when the boat was just taking ages, I was just looking at the sky, just thinking it's getting darker. It's getting dark. I know it's the 21st, summer solstice, but even so, I was leaving the other side of the beach at like 8 o'clock, thinking, how long does it take? So I think it was about 2 miles, possibly between 1 and 2 miles. I had to paddle, so it's not that far, but it's far for a beginner, because you get into the middle and you're just thinking, God, how deep is it underneath me now? Like, what if everything falls in the water? Like, no. And the paddles, oh my God. I got these paddles from I got these paddles free with the boat, actually, but I ordered a spare pair from China, from Temu, because they looked identical to the ones that came with the boat. And then when they turned up in the post, I realised they are actually identical. But obviously I didn't need the spare pair because my friend has not come with me, so I just brought the standard pair that came with the boat. But they're so flimsy and cheap, and I'm there like paddling as hard as I can, and I noticed that where they all screw together, they all started loosening, and you could see like the poles kind of bending a little bit, where they're starting to loosen from the connection. So constantly I've had to stop paddling, unscrew the notches, and then re-screw them again to make sure everything stays together tight, because I thought the last thing I want to do is be paddling and it just snaps, and then I'm just like, oh no. So yeah, you got to be careful. I think what I'm going to do is invest in like a decent decent paddle. I don't even know what the plural is for that, or the single. Well, yeah. All right, I'm going to get off here for a little while, and I want to kick back and then just enjoy the rest of the evening. I might come back in a little while and say goodnight. If not, then that's me done for the night. I'll probably say the goodnight though. I'll catch us all in a little while. Let me go kick back for this evening. I'll catch you all in a little while. Let me kick back for the rest of the night. You enjoy your night, and I'm going to enjoy mine. Peace. I'll catch you all in a little while. Let me kick back for the rest of the night. You enjoy your night, and I'm going to enjoy mine. Peace. Good morning, everybody. I hope you all slept well. I had an amazing sleep last night. It was raining all through the night. It's pretty windy, but I had a great sleep. Tarp held up, tent held up. Only put 3 pegs in it, didn't guy it down. Done really well. Oh, I feel so refreshed today. It's great. And I know, calm down everybody with the birthday messages and wishes. I know, let me get up and get sorted, and I'll bring you back once I'm up. Good morning, everyone. I'm finally out the tent. What a beautiful morning. I mean, the sun's not out, it's quite cloudy. It's a little windy still. It's just nice and fresh feeling, cool. Makes you feel alive and awake. So yeah, 22nd of June today. Officially 39 years old. Do I feel any older? Not really. Do I feel more get up and go inside me? 100%. But I think that's just part of getting older. Today is the day that my granddad passed away, so rest in peace, Stanislav Savadsky. I know you're up there looking down on us all. But how's your weekend been, everybody? I hope you've all had a good one. It's quite busy on the lock today. I see quite a few people out on the jet skis and on the boats and stuff. I'm gonna have to get my fishing rod out in a couple of hours, go for a little cast, see if I can catch anything. I did forget to bring my tweezers though, to remove the hooks. So, as much as I want to go fishing, trying to get a hook out of a fish's mouth without the tool, it's a little difficult. But with this wind today, I don't want to be fighting with a hook and end up with a hook stuck in my leg. There's another story. I've definitely had a hook in my leg before. Carrying a fishing rod down the street when I was younger, and I had the hook attached to one of the eyelets, and I wasn't paying attention. I've been walking and it's unhooked itself, and then swung out and then caught on the bottom of my knee, hooked right into my leg. But then I'd not realised, and I like lifted the rod up and it's hooked onto my leg. Like, oh! I started crying. Like, run home to my mum screaming, like, this fishing hook in my leg. Ah, help me! Oh, you learn from your mistakes, don't you? You learn from your mistakes. So my plan is now to make myself a little bit of breakfast, and then I'm gonna go for a wander around this island. Bring you along with me and see what we can see. Literally got a whole island to ourselves, so why not take advantage? So I'm gonna get some food on the go, and I'll bring you back. I'm out of bed. I'm ready for food. I've been trying to decide what to have this morning, and I'm just going to go for something quick. Pot noodle, can't go wrong. Let me get this stove on the go. A little bit stiff. Nice simple breakfast. Pot noodle. And then we go for a walk. I did actually put some stuff in my cup for a hot drink, but I'm not really feeling it right now. I thought I'll save it till I come back from this little walk in a bit. It'd be like rewarding then. It's a little bit windy, but it should be alright. As you can see here with these big old flames, my gas stove is in desperate need of a good clean. But it'll be alright, it'll burn through all the charcoal and the soot eventually, and it'll start burning clean. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is the fact that every time I come onto YouTube to watch a camping video or a hiking video, every single person is trying to sell me a product, promote a company, promote a brand, or showing you a new tent, a new pair of boots, a new jacket, a new bag, a new gizmo. It's just all this unnecessary stuff, and it's just taken away the whole enjoyment of camping, I think. Like, camping's just about getting out into the wild, enjoying nature, enjoying the freedom, the peace and quiet, being away from people. It's not all about the gear and the equipment. Yeah, there's a few extra luxury items you can bring, i.e. my table and stuff, but the brand makes no difference. The function makes no difference. As long as it does what it's supposed to do. A table is meant to put stuff on top, that's it. There's no point going out buying £200-300 gear that's unnecessary. I remember when I was younger, and when you used to go on camping trips, all we'd take was a tent in one hand and a carrier bag in the other hand, and that's all you needed. And I see a lot of these people on YouTube carrying the rucksacks, and they're like fully loaded 100-litre packs, and then they've still got gear all strapped to the outside of it. It's a little extreme and a little unnecessary. And one of the other things that drives me mad on all these UK, especially on the UK ones, I can't really say much about people overseas, but in the UK, and they're always promoting these Garmin, the little mini Garmin SOS beacon things, and then once you get that, then you have to pay a subscription and all the rest of it. It's like, it's so unnecessary. And I can guarantee that all the people in these videos who are showing you and promoting this Garmin mini GPS thing, they've all got it for free. I promise you that, or 90% of them have got it for free. And you don't need it. When are we going to get lost in the UK? When are you that far away from civilization that you're going to need to hit an SOS beacon button? There's very few places I've ever been in the UK where I can't get a signal. And if you can't get a signal, it's just a matter of going a little bit further back or a little bit further forward, and then the signal pops up. So I don't know, I just think it's a big con, really. I'm actually starving now. Like, that hunger pain has actually started to kick in. I need some energy. One thing I didn't bring either is some moisturizer, because my hands feel mega dry today. So what have you all got planned Saturday? Hope you're having a good one. I'm just enjoying being out, man. There's nothing more relaxing than just being out. I'm so glad that I said to myself, F it, I'm going on this trip, because it's been worthwhile. It's been amazing so far. The only thing I would say I wish was a little better was the wind situation, because the wind is just blowing straight into my face. And it's not that bad, it's not extra strong, it's just, you see the flame flicking about, just a little irritating, that's all. Just blow a different direction, I'd be happy then. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going on a little adventure around this island, see what we can find. Should be interesting to see. It's quite big. It's bigger than it seems. One handy thing about having a table is that you don't have to lean down to the floor. Everything's sort of at your level, and it's nice to keep things organised. Like on this table, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but underneath I've got like a little net bag, so I can just throw my cutlery and everything when I'm finished underneath. It just keeps it tidy, keeps the area tidy. There's nothing worse than a messy campsite. It's like living in a messy home, I guess. It's nice having your environment clean and tidy. You know where everything is, organised. That's one thing I will definitely say about camping. If you want your experience to be enjoyable, make sure everything's organised. Because when you need something and you can't find it, and you're in an emergency situation or whatever it is, and make sure your bag's organised. because the wind is blowing towards my face, it's blowing the flame from the gas heater towards me, so it's actually really pleasant. It's like a warm breeze, a warm summer's breeze. I suppose in an emergency situation, if you couldn't have a fire and you needed some heat, as long as you've got your little gas stove, you get plenty of heat from it. It's enough to just take the edge off. Just thought I'd use that as a little wind block. It's taken a lot longer to boil this water than it really should. I think the water's done, people. We have a boil. Almost the perfect amount. Probably got about 100 mils left. It was a good guess. See? Keep everything organised. You know where it is when you need it. All you Americans out there that don't know what a pot noodle is, you're missing out on your camping trips. There's some brand advertising for you. And there we go, breakfast is served. Right, I'm going to enjoy my pot noodle. I will come back in a little while and we can go for this little walk around the island. Until then, ciao for now. Look at this beach I've got all to myself. There's the campsite just over there. I figured we'd go for a little walk together, see what we can see down this beach, go for a little wander into the wilderness. We've got all these woods behind us. Let's go and investigate. So let's go do some investigation, shall we? It's a shame about the cloudiness. It's not too cold though. It's a little breezy. I think the wind's like 12 miles an hour at the minute, something like that. You can see these waves keep picking up every now and again. I'll flip the camera around though so you can see where we're going. Have a little wander with me. Let's see what we can find then out here in this island. What mysteries await us. I've no idea what's on this island. If there even is anything on it. Could just be derelict and desolate. Let's go up this way and see what we can find. Feel like we're going through the jungle now, people. It's a cool looking tree. Let's keep going. Mad to think that you've got all this untouched land just everywhere. As you can see, there's no shortage of views. Just an absolute wilderness. Honestly not sure which way to go. There's so many different options. Only bad thing is not knowing what's underneath you when you're walking. I remember it where you came, because let's be fair, it's not like well mapped out for you, is it? There's so many crazy little spots. Let me flip this camera around so you can see what I can see. So this is kind of what we're walking through, people. Just trying to find a way through. So there's loads of these little flat patches around. Oh, I think we're coming out to some sort of clearing up here. This could be another cool place to camp out. See what I mean by these flat patches? Good spots for camping. Well, this is what you get when you come to a little secret island. Oh, look, there's a view. Well, I can for sure say this has been a mad little adventure. Leading on from what I was talking about earlier, there's another thing with gear. There's like my friend, one of the people I speak to, came up with a nickname, the Rabless Rambler, because as you can see from my outfit, cheap jacket, waterproof jacket, cheap waterproof trousers, doesn't matter what you're wearing underneath. I'm not one of them guys that's going to go out and buy all the Rab, all this, that and the third expensive hiking t-shirts, jacket, trousers, hoodies, raincoats, duck down jackets, fleeces. It's really unnecessary. Hoodie, which you can see drying down on the washing line earlier, and then my rainproof jacket. That's all you need. Underneath this, all I've got is a t-shirt. And underneath these trousers, I've got a pair, my blue jogging shorts to match the hoodie. So that's it. The only thing I've got that would be hiking really is my boots. That's it. Don't be a sucker. Don't fall for all that hype of buying all this camping gear and that camping gear. You're just wasting your money. Rainproof jacket, rainproof trousers, pair of boots, good to go. Pair of gloves if you got sensitive hands. Pretty much all you need. It's all subjective. You know, we all like to buy new gadgets and new toys and stuff, but it's just a waste of money. You have to pack it, you have to carry it, it's heavy. Don't take what you don't need. Like, I brought more stuff than I need for this trip, but there was a few things I wanted to try. Like, I got that new stove. Ooh. Let me just get under here. Yeah, I tried my new stove. That's pretty good, to be honest. No complaints with that one. Pretty handy. The only thing is the weight is a little heavy to carry, but for what it does, it's pretty good. My tent, I'm really happy with. Sleeping bag, second time I've had a chance to use it. Happy with that. What else have I brought? The new chair that I bought. It's comfy, but it's too big and heavy for what it is. Having that high back, I don't really feel like I've benefited from the high back. I may as well just had the smaller one, which would have been half the size. And the table, yeah, table was handy. But again, I'm not going to sit on here quoting brands and buy this, buy that. Buy whatever the hell you want at the end of the day.
Let's see if we can figure out the way back to the campsite. And then we'll take another route around a different way. Because there seems to be like little mini trails around. Yeah. We'll go down this way, see what we can see. I can kind of remember the way back. It's one of the things when you're out in the woods and you've done it a lot, you kind of, without realising it, I guess subconsciously, you just lock on to certain milestones, keystones, whatever the word is I'm looking for. Certain markers, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that, oh I recognise that. I'm seeing a lot of good wood though, to be fair. I wasn't short of wood yesterday either, to be honest with you, but some good stuff flying around. And like this is one of my favourite pieces of wood. I had never know the name of it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. This wood here, I can already tell just by looking at it, it's dead. So that's perfect for fires. I might actually take some of that back with me, to be honest with you. Got a big old piece here. Big piece of wood there for the fire later. Keep me nice and warm, keep me nice and warm. I've got some square sausage and some black pudding to eat as well. I'll cook that up later. I've been surprisingly, I always find as well when I come on these camping trips, I never get that hungry. Like, I might have a few munchies, a little bag of sweets or something, a bag of crisps or something. Because I don't really eat munchies at home. And generally I'm always on my diet, my gym diet, so it's like chicken and rice and water and boring stuff. So when I come out on a camping trip, it's an opportunity for me to just eat rubbish. See, I've just been talking and walking, I didn't even really pay attention to where I've been going. And I'm back at that crazy tree. Do you remember the one from earlier? Yeah. It's hard to get lost, I guess. It's only an island. You can only go from one side to the next. I do like this tree though. This is one funky tree. Reminds me of like a wishing tree or something. If that's even a thing. Maybe I've just made it up. Alright, I'll turn this camera around so you can see where I'm going back out. And we'll get back down to the beach.
I thought I'd take you to see a little washing line that I constructed. Gotta make do with what you've got in the woods. I've just been for a little walk to this other side of the beach, but it just goes to like a dead end on the other side. You have to paddle round. As you can see, there's the boat, washing lines over here, tents down there, tarp. I wasn't sure how much the tide was going to come in last night, so I thought I'd better lift the boat out just in case. You'd be surprised though, just hanging this stuff up to dry. It's dried out pretty quick. The hoodie's almost done. Shorts, t-shirt, everything's pretty much dry. Nice and comfy, as you can see, in my regular outfit, plus the hiking boots. This just goes back to what I was saying earlier. You don't need to wear all the fancy, expensive camping gear. Rain jacket, rain pants, hiking boots, then just your regular clothes will do. You don't need anything else. So, what I've been doing today, I've been for a little sail around the island. I couldn't bring you along with me because I've been charging the phone up again, as usual, I know. And then I realised I've got my sausage and my black pudding, which I wanted to have for tea tonight. I was going to have for breakfast, but I had the pot noodle instead. So I thought I'll have that for my tea. Looking around in the bags, realised I forgot the ketchup. So I was looking at the other side of the island thinking my ketchup is in the car. Should I do it? And I was like, go on then. So I've got all my gear back on. Seeing as I've not had much paddling time, so I thought I'd go do the full stretch. Sailed back over. Didn't really have any issues, apart from the paddle, having to retighten it a few times. Got back in the car, dried off a little bit, charged my phone up a little bit, charged the power bank up a little bit, got my ketchups. I've got 2 ketchups and 1 brown sauce, so hopefully that should be enough. And this bag has been a lifesaver. It's essentially just a bum bag, but it's like a waterproof one. But I realised after yesterday's like shenanigans with all the electrical stuff getting wet, put it in here, keep it dry while I'm sailing across, and yeah, fine, charging up, no problems. So yeah, I won't go anywhere without this now if I'm kayaking. Another thing I realised is when you kayak, no matter how much you try to not get wet, you're gonna get wet. So I had my waterproof shoes on, which is, you know, you need them to walk in the stones and on the beach and stuff in the water. It's just comfier on your feet. Then I put my shorts on. Then obviously I had my waterproof jacket on. But then when I've got over to this side last night, my shorts were soaking wet, so I've had to dry them off, which they're dry now. And then I put on a spare pair of shorts to sail back over today. But then when I was on the other side, I realised, because it takes so long to dry the shorts, why not just wear the rain trousers? Just roll them up like a pair of shorts. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow when I sail back home. Just put the rain jacket and the rain trousers on. Don't need to, just be naked basically underneath. Just wear them like a pair of shorts, because they dry in 3 seconds. Hang on, I've got them up drying. 2 minutes, done, dry. Rather than waiting all night for a pair of shorts and oh yeah, it's not worth your time. But my plan for the rest of the evening is to just kick back for a little while. And actually, I just remembered something else I had to pick up from the other side of the island. My drink, my cherry vodka. I don't even like vodka, but it was all that was available. It was cheap, so I got some cherry vodka, pre-mixed with some lemonade. So this is for my birthday celebrations tonight. In fact, we'll have a little drink now together if you don't mind. Cheers! Happy birthday to me. Levi, if you're watching this sometime in the future, I'm thinking of you. Miss you like crazy. I can only imagine what you're up to and how much you've grown. But I love you with all my heart. Mwah! Bottoms up. Ugh. That's strong. I'm not much of a drinker, to be honest. I quit drinking April 2022, and then ever since then I've just had like a couple of beers at Christmas, or like I'm having this little drink for my birthday. This is all I've got though, so don't want to get drunk. I don't really like the feeling of being drunk anymore. When you're young, it's fun, but then when you get older, you just realise it's not worth it. It's not worth the headache, the hangover, checking your bank account the next day going, no, where's all my money gone? I'd rather not. This weekend on this island has just been amazing. But 100% the rest of my plans, so definitely need to go over to Europe, Denmark, Croatia, Sweden, New Zealand. They're places that I'd love to go on my kayak tours. Obviously this boat I've got here was really meant for two. Obviously I've come on my own, but I've still used it. But when I was researching online, they said, oh, you shouldn't really be paddling a two-person boat as a one person. It wasn't that difficult, but I can see why, because you've got all this empty space behind you. Because they say you're supposed to sit at the back and then load up the front, but I had nothing to load it up with. So I thought I'll sit at the front, but try and put all my weight back as much as I can. So I'm sort of in the middle of the boat. It seemed to work. Ooh, it's getting a bit chilly now though. The wind's blowing in my direction again. I've got my trousers hanging up in a tree. So it's kind of like a wind direction tool. I don't know what this video is going to be like, everyone. I hope it's good. I feel like it's not going to be as good as the other ones because I've been so sort of like just overwhelmed and bewildered with the whole kayaking and adding something new into the thing, trying to film with it, but we'll get there, we'll get there. I think it's hard sometimes as well because I want to do the YouTube videos, but then obviously because this was a new experience for me, you kind of just absorbing it and soaking it in for yourself. But then I think, oh, I've not even recorded anything. I'm getting used to it though. I'm getting more used to talking in front of the camera. One thing I need to learn how to do is keep my conversations more concise, because I know I ramble on. Some people like it, some people hate it. It is what it is. But like I say, at the end of the day, these videos are more from a little boy. For you, Levi, when you're older, listen to me ranting and raving about what's going on in 2024. What have we got? The election's coming up. Looks like Labour's going to win. It's funny actually when you talk about politics and then who you're going to vote for. People always get so like uptight and defensive when you ask, who did you vote for? Who did you vote for? It's the same as asking somebody how much they earn. I never understood it. I really never understood it. Like I voted Labour. I'll say it. I voted Labour, but only because I hate Rishi Sunak. Really. For no particular reason other than he's just a billionaire. He's out of touch with reality. I'd consider myself more for the people type of person. If I had my own way, I'd just run for politics and I'd never vote for any of these people. Have some real reform. Come to Charlie, I'll sort it out. Right, well, let me kick back for a little bit, enjoy some of my drink, and then what I'll do, I'll come back in a little while. Oh, my rain pants have flew away. Don't want to lose these. Lifesavers they have been, lifesavers. Do you know, I think I paid about a tenner for these. I'm not going to say where I got them from, but I'm sure you can figure it out. Might have even been less than a tenner. I don't know. Do they have a brand? I don't even think they have a brand on them. They just do the job. Right, yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get off here for a bit, enjoy my drink, just chill out for a bit, and then later on when I'm cooking my food, I'll bring you along. But what I'm going to do is take you down the beach a little bit, and then have the camera facing out onto the water, and I'll sit looking at the woods. Give you like a bit of a better view, because one thing I always notice on these camping videos, you always look at me, and I get to see the view. And I guess the whole point of you watching a video is to see what I'm seeing, rather than just seeing me. So that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I'll stop rambling on. I'll bring you back in a little while. Ooh. There we go, people. Find a nice log. Finally get an excuse to use my saw. More than enough firewood for the rest of the night. I'm sure you've seen this trusty saw a million times with the homemade soggy cardboard sleeve. Let's start up here, see what we can do. There we go, nice pile of wood. That should do us this evening. You're probably all laughing at this now. A little sleeve. And my trusted plastic bag. Goes everywhere with me, this. Everywhere. Trying to do my best to give you a view. Not just staring at me inside of a tent. let's try and change things up on YouTube. I'll start doing this now. We'll see how long it takes before all the big time YouTubers start copying me. Because you know there's always someone out there researching. I do the same thing, but I'm more interested to know what people are not doing rather than jumping on the bandwagon with what everyone else is already doing. Anyway, enough chatting. I said I was going to make some food. Got my sausages, black pudding, my rolls. Still trying to get through this drink. Let's get this fire on the go so we can eat. If you're wondering what I'm using to light the fire, it's like some small fuel blocks. This is just going to be a little fire for cooking. Obviously I've cooked the big logs. I've chopped up the big logs so we can have a proper little bonfire to celebrate my birthday in style. I hope you've all had a good Saturday though. My Saturday's been amazing. I mean, just look at this. Look where I am. It's hard to believe that something like this even exists. And you can just sneak off into nowhere, just nobody else around. Like I can scream like, hello! There's no one can hear me, no one can get here unless they've got a boat. I can see them coming. I can see both ends of the beach. It's just amazing, it's just paradise. Right, let's get this fire going anyway instead of talking. I do too much talking, don't I? That's what you love me for though. Love me or hate me. Once them fuel blocks are burnt off, then I can start cooking. Obviously I wouldn't recommend cooking on top of those fuel blocks. You just end up with some real poisonous food. Just looking to create that hot bed of coals, wood, whatever. And then we can start cooking. I'm so hungry though right now, I'm not going to lie to you, so I'm looking forward to this. Got plenty of wood. These are just tiny little bits I gathered up to cook with. And I've got larger stuff and then obviously the big stuff that I chopped up earlier, so I'm gonna have a nice little fire. I'm thinking what I might do is take the fire over there because there's like a circle of rocks. It's kind of be a cool place to sit, have a little chit chat, finish my drink. Most of it's dry, but there's a few big wet pieces in there, so if you've got a little smoke in your eyes, my apologies. Although to be fair, somebody normally gets the smoke in their eyes around the campfire, so rather you than me right now. It's got a little grill that comes with this fire. Put the grill on top. Put your meat on. It's nice and light. I can't say the same for the actual little fire itself. It's quite heavy, to be honest with you. But I do like it. Especially if you're somewhere where it doesn't really matter here on the beach. But if you're out in the wilderness somewhere, or in a foreign country, for example, or a particular campsite where they don't like to have fires, open fires on the floor, having this little fire pit, it's handy. You can get a really nice big fire out of it as well, bigger than you'd think. I'm sorry about the smoke, guys and girls and everyone watching. It'll die down in a minute though. And to be fair, it keeps any little pesky midges away from me, doesn't it? Let's get these sausages opened up while we wait. And to all you guys out there, because it's generally guys, maybe some of you women too, but I'd say it's generally a guy thing that can relate to this, is I found my stick. This is the one that I like. Sturdy, it's white, it's been bleached from the sun for who knows how long. But it's good. And I should be able to use it on here like this. So lift it up. So I like it. It's a handy little stick. It's my stick. You're probably thinking I'm a right freak right now, but can't beat a good stick. I've got my black puds as well. See, told you the stick's good. Comes in handy to paste the packets. I'm not sure if black pudding on the grill is a good idea though, so I do have a frying pan. Let me go grab it. You're probably thinking, you've come back empty-handed. Where's your frying pan? You know, because this table's so new, I forgot that I had under storage. Everything's already under here. I just need to reach under and grab it. Oh my days. Sometimes, spare bottle of water. Just trying to find it. I've got so much stuff packed under here. It's unreal. Like, you know, all the bags and packaging for all the items. It's so buried, I literally cannot find it. Just move that a little bit away from the fire. Oh, there it is. Head torch, hatches, pumps, or the pump attachments, some leaves, we don't need those. Yeah, handy little frying pan, unfolds, does everything you need. This on here should take up half the space, the other half I can put my sausages on. Get this nice hot bed of charred wood to cook on, and we'll be laughing. Like I say, it's surprising as well, you know, how much driftwood there really is. There's actually so much. I mean, that log I found earlier was amazing. There's more than I was even expecting. So I was thinking tonight I'll just have a fire for about an hour, a nice big roaring fire. I mean, that'll probably keep it going for at least 2 hours. So yeah, cannot complain at all. Every time I turn around I just see another little stick, like hey, another one. I hope you can all see me on the camera. I mean, like I said, I've tried to improve things with the lighting, especially in the dark. So hopefully from them previous videos, this trip's a little bit better. This would be the perfect time though for my little boy Levi. Just having around the campfire, telling him all the little ghost stories, all the tales from the loch. I was thinking earlier, I had an epiphany as well, because I brought my fishing rod. And obviously I grew up close to this area, but not around this particular loch. I grew up around the Gairloch. And I always used to do spinning fishing. So it's like salt water, so it's like mackerel and things like that. So that's the only kind of fishing I've ever done. So I got my fishing rod and I ordered some spinners to bring with me on this trip. And as I was sailing back and forth earlier, I was thinking while I was looking in the water, this loch is actually closed off and not connected to the ocean or the sea like the other lochs that I grew up on. So wait a minute, is this a freshwater loch? Turns out it is freshwater, and there's me stressing about not having water, etc, etc, or stressing about carrying so much water over. Turns out it's a freshwater lake. But with that also means that the fishing equipment I brought is no use. Spinning is really for saltwater. I think it's more sort of like carp, that kind of thing in here. So next time, you learn, you live and you learn. And I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. Yeah, but this particular loch is fresh water. Ah well, we know for next time. Get different lures and things. And obviously I didn't bring my pliers either, so. Right, we're getting there. It's starting to drop down, which means it's getting hot at the bottom. Hope you can all see that. That feels so nice. Like I said, even for a small little stove, does the job. Do you know what I mean? The flame's good. That's a good fire, and it's good enough for anyone, especially like one person on his own. Compared to the fire I'm going to have later, it's completely unnecessary. But for me, I do love to have a fire when I'm camping. And if you know me from all my previous videos, then you know that I like woodland camping, forest camping, or beachside camping, with a forest though. I'm not one for camping in a field, camping up a mountain on a hill, because I always think, how am I going to have a fire? This sets the mood for me. End of the night, fire lit, nice bit of warmth, cook some food, settle down for the night. So without the fire it seems pointless. Not pointless, but you know. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. Alright, well I think what we'll do is we'll get this top on the grill. There we go. And what I can do is start cooking off the black pudding. You might be thinking, oh, there's no oil. You don't need no oil. It's black pudding. There's fat inside it already. 3 sliced rolls. You've got to come prepared. It'll save you a lot of hassle. 2 minutes in the kitchen at home before you come out camping. Slice some bread. How many are we going to have? I think I might go for 3. I'll just cook them all. Let's not be silly. Let's get them all in there. You wouldn't think it, that little pan. People bring too many. You know, one thing I can't stand is those jet boils. Those people, those big, tall, silly jet boils. It's way too big. It's unnecessary. Just to boil some water. Like I use a small 750ml cup on a small gas portable stove. It fits inside the cup. That's all you need. Do you really need your tea to be boiled in 37 seconds? I feel a little bit of rain, you know. It wasn't supposed to rain this evening. The sun's out tomorrow. There is some clouds pulling in though. Ah, it's no big deal. What am I doing anyway? Right, get these breads ready. Opened up so we can just dump the black pudding straight in there. Use my trusty little stick. I've got a knife and fork and stuff, but do we need it? Not really. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Oh, that's looking good. Smelling good too. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta have some black pudding when you come up to Scotland. And that side is looking perfect for one of these. Ketchup, brown sauce. Don't forget. I've travelled all that way back today for this. There's no way I'm forgetting it. Makes it all worth the wait. Oh my gosh. My gosh. That black pudding smells so good. I'm so hungry right now. Didn't even realise how hungry I was till I smelt the smell of black pudding and salty sausage. Gently does it. We don't want to ruin it. Oh yeah. One more on each side of this black pudding, I think. Oh yeah. That's tasting good. Reckon what I could do with this sausage though, just adjust its position like that. Reckon we can get 2 on there. Just like that. And then what we can do is just sneak a few twigs in. Keep the heat up. Let's look for the smallest, thinnest ones we can find. Add some flavour. Go, see that now. That's what I'm talking about. Get the stick, because the fat from the sausage will actually help the flame kick back up again. Oh yes, that's what we're talking about. I mean, just literally look around for like 2 seconds and there's more sticks. There's so many of them. Keep hold of that one. This black pudding should be done now. Cheeky, cheeky. Come back here. That's fine up there. Just flick it one more time because there's loads of grease in there. We don't mind a bit of grease. Need it from all that paddling. We need some energy. I wish I was able to stay longer. I'm gonna get home though from this trip. I've ordered an impact wrench so that I can sort a few bits on the car out again and get it extra durable for the next trip. And you won't be waiting as long next time. I reckon I'll be back again easily within 4 weeks. I see 4 weeks time. We'll be on solo adventure number 7 then. But where are we going to go next time? What I'm actually thinking is there's a place, if you remember on the last trip that we went, I want to know what's further down the loch because there's no access to it. And now I've got the boat, I think that maybe we should go back to that same place and then go for a little adventure down the side of the loch and see if there's anything interesting down there. There could be another secluded spot like this that nobody's been to. I mean, we've got the boat, so we may as well make the most of it. I think it's safe to say this black pudding is done. These are going to be some big sandwiches. You're probably thinking, oh, you're going to risk that balancing in it. That's why you got to choose your right sticks. This one's got a little hook on it, so I can hook it in. Oh yeah. Finished with the frying pan. Get the rest of these sausages on. I thought there was 4. There's only 3. Oh well. Alright, I think what we should do is probably turn the heat up a little bit for these sausages. So we turn the heat up by lifting the pan up, the grill up, sorry. Popping some twigs under. Simple as that. I'll have to collect some from the pile. That'll be enough to finish off these sausages. Get a nice hearty flame. Almost lost my little stick. My second stick. To be honest with you, that sausage is done. Not quite done yet. I am just being lazy here. I could blow it properly, but might even be able to cheat actually. I just thought of something. If it's in my little storage box, we'll do it. If it's not, we won't do it. No, I don't think it's in here. I think it's in the tent. Oh, sorry people. No can do, unfortunately. I was going to use my electric pump. That's all good, there's no rush. What we will do though, we'll get some brown sauce. I've not had brown sauce in years, so I figured I'd have some brown sauce just to change it up. It's my birthday, live a little. Oh, I opened that packet the most terrible way I ever could. Oh well, get some of that on there. Should we do like one of each? You'd be surprised, there is a lot of heat coming off it. Just because I put the new sticks on, it's getting smoky again. So I stop being lazy and give it a little blow. Give it a little blow. Oh look, found the perfect spinner to throw in the water. Sorry, skimmer, not spinner. Ah, I got 3. Only 3. It's amazing what you can do when you stop being lazy. And that one's almost done. Alright, where's these ketchups? Get these on the go while we're waiting. I think we're going to have to do like a ketchup brown sauce combination on one of them, because there's not going to be enough. 3 packets, I should have brought 4. It's not going to kill me, is it? It's only going to make me stronger. Stick that one on there. And then we'll split this one in half. And put it over the other 2. Cheers everyone. I do my best not to be like, ugh. Try and look a bit more masculine. Put some hairs on your chest. I suppose, how masculine can you look drinking cherry vodka and lemonade? And it's actually diet lemonade. What can I say? See all those juices just sizzling out with it. Oh, What a weekend. I wasn't sure last night whether the tide was going to come in, how far it was going to come in. So I put the boat up on the embankment. Turns out it doesn't come in that far, so I'm alright. I will drag it a little further up towards the tent. I'm not that stupid, but yeah, it's alright. Got the rest of my clothes on my washing line. Should be dry for the morning. Sun's out tomorrow as well, so that'd be nice. Wake up with a nice sunny view. Right, I think my sausage is definitely done. Oh yes, certainly is. Where's my pokey stick? What we need to do is split this one in half. Like so. Like I say, I do have a knife, but I'm just being lazy. Chop, 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 chop. Why use a knife when you can just use nature? Just try not to flick the sausage off the edge of the grill. There's one. Perfectamundo. There's two. Woo! Hot grease. Alright, let's go for the one with the weird double sauce combination. Ah, finally some hot food. Steam coming off it. Cheers everyone. Thanks for enjoying this adventure with me, keeping me company. Alright, what I'm going to do is sign off, eat my food in peace, because nobody wants to see anybody eat, let's be fair. And I'll bring you back when I set up the fire. And my food was delicious. Still got a little bit of drink left. I'm about to light this fire. Spitting of rain on and off. I think it's more just because I'm so close to the water, and then the mist on the mountains. So I thought I'd get under the tarp just in case. But let's get this fire lit and send the evening off with a blast, shall we? There we go. Fire's lit. It'll soon be roaring. A nice way to end the evening, end the weekend. And I finally got to put my tarp poles to use. I've had them for so long and never got a chance to use them, but now I have. So hey, we're doing the evening videos now with light. That's one improvement from previous videos. It only gets better. That's the plan anyway. This fire might need some assistance. I told you I had a lot of wood though. I still got 2 more logs to throw in there. I just thought I'd get it all on at once. There's no point in dragging it out. It's getting late now anyway. Watch the fire slowly grow with me. Go on this journey together. Yeah, as I was saying, it's been a really good weekend. I'm glad that I did it. Glad I got the boat. My new little tent, loving it. So far, no complaints. I mean, I've not had it out in a storm or anything in the rain, but I've waterproofed it myself anyway. So there's definitely no chance it's going to leak. And if it does, it's going to be a seam or something that's just, you know, you can't predict that anyway. We'll figure it out as and when. But I've always got a tarp with me anyway, so let's be fair. Yeah, I'm happy with everything really. I say the only thing is them paddles, them oars, they need to be replaced. I'll probably just take them to a charity shop or something. Give them to a charity shop. I mean, I feel bad even giving them to someone because I don't really know if it's safe. To be honest, maybe I should have bin them. To be honest with you, feels like a waste though as well. Like, yeah, I'll take them to a charity shop. That's the best bet. Let someone else either love them, enjoy them, or realise how crap they are and let them throw them away. Let them take the responsibility. But yeah, I'll definitely be back in the next 4 weeks or so. Obviously, maybe not to this location. There's so many places on my list. I've got hundreds, literally hundreds of places I want to go. But that's one thing with me as well. I'm not going to sit. I've done it once or twice in the beginning, mentioning where I'm going and stuff, but then it's not a good idea. I don't think anyone on YouTube should be mentioning where they're going, especially if you're wild camping. Keep that to yourself. Let people enjoy the videos. If they want to go camping, let them go through the adventure and the process of finding those places for themselves. Because it's not easy, especially if you're in England. Obviously, I live in England. Trying to find somewhere to camp that's off-grid, or there's no risk of being told to get off the land or private land. It's so difficult. And obviously, I've got a few places on my own in England, but I try not to advertise them either. Like my secret location, my favourite spot to go to. It's not even far from home, maybe a 30-minute drive. So it's like a nice green woodland. And within that woodland, there's a bunch of different locations to camp. I mean, that's good enough just for shooting, you know, some videos close to home when I can't get out to travel. So obviously, it's petrol prices these days. makes it hard travelling the distance between obviously Manchester to Scotland. It's a long way. It's definitely picking up though, the flames. I've sort of built it in a pyramid from small sticks to bigger sticks to the big thick logs on the outside, so it should be a gradual process. There's a suicidal moth flying around the fire though. You always get one, just dive bomb straight into the fire. I'm like, no, don't do it! But yeah, what else is going on in my life? I mean, 39, God, one more year and I'm the big 40. Single. I'd say I'm happy though. I'm happy. Obviously I miss my little boy like crazy. Like every day I guess that's a pain that's never ever gonna go away. But recording these little adventures for you, Levi, this is what keeps me going. I'm currently in the process, this is totally not non-camping topic, of getting electrolysis done to remove my beard and stuff. I've never been a fan of beard and stubble and things like that. Always been clean shaven, smooth. Always had a little line, what do you call it, a chin strap, but other than that, clean shaven, that's the way I prefer. And I went and got a laser treatment done a few years ago, but it didn't really work. It worked on my cheeks, but then it didn't really work around the rest of my face. I've got stubborn hairs. So I recently found out, end of last year, about the electrolysis thing. And it's individual hairs one at a time, but it's definitely working. It takes a while though, but it is working. So hopefully when my little boy sees me in these videos as time goes on, I won't start looking mega old. That's the thing, I think one day I'm probably going to look back on all these videos just like my little boy will, and just through this whole timeline from beginning to end, just watching yourself mature and age. It's strange to think about. As far as the channel goes though, anybody's out there watching, like, share, subscribe, comment, any of that stuff, all that stuff. I'm not one that's going to keep pushing all that kind of stuff. Follow the link, check the sponsor, blah de blah de blah. It drives me nuts. It's like I come here, or when I'm watching YouTube videos, camping videos, it's like I come here to just be taken away from where I am now. And I know I'm talking a lot, which kind of like almost sounds like the opposite to what I'm trying to say, but I've shown you as much as I can show you on this little island. You know, I mean, what more do you want? It's just an island. It's just a place to get away from the world. The sound of water behind you, the waves just nice and calm coming in. The fire's definitely starting to pick up now. Some flat cherry vodka and lemonade. It's actually quite disgusting now, but I said I was going to finish it. I'm going to finish it. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, probably not. But there's like a little elastic drawstring on the waterproof shoes, or the paddling shoes or whatever. So you can tighten it to your foot. But I realised if you reverse tighten it, you can hang it off a tree. So now I've just got them blowing in the wind off the tree branch. Not that it makes any difference, I don't know why, but it's like I'd rather put my foot into something dry and then walk into the water. But putting your foot into something wet and cold and soggy, it never feels nice. I've dried the insoles, they're already dry, just waiting for the rest of the shoe to dry. Hey, there we go. All you people out there thinking, oh, that was a crap fire you had last night, or when you was cooking the food earlier. No, this is the fire. This is the one we've been waiting for. I just didn't want to go crazy last night because it got dark and I didn't have time to look around for some wood and stuff. So I didn't want to burn everything in one go. And when obviously I found these logs earlier, there we go. Have all the fire you want. Best thing about this fire as well is it's just on a rocky beach, pebble beach. Well, this far up it's pebbly. It gets more sandier as you get down and then it goes back to rocks. It's weird. It's like a thin line of sort of sandy type sand, sandy sand, and then sort of rocks before and after. One thing I was just thinking though, this fire and my boat are awfully close to each other. I think maybe I'll move the boat a little bit. Just in case one of them sparks just decides to fly off. Tried to put it in a place where I thought it'd be safe, you know, just far enough away from the tent and that, but with the wind blowing, it seems to be blowing right towards the tent. There's always something with the fire that you don't want, either the smoke's blowing in your face or the whatever, sparks flying here and there. It's alright though. This fire's going to be so hot that any wet wood that's in there toasted off in seconds. Ooh, I feel that heat. Oh my god, it's so nice. Get to see me from miles away. Like I say, anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed the trip. I think like quality of some of the footage on my previous video might have been better, or like the whole story, you know, trying to bring you along with me on the journey into where I was camping. Because this one was on the boat, and every time I tried to film, the phone kept falling over and the tripod. And then the phone got wet, and then I couldn't charge it when I got off to land, so I couldn't like film the whole arrival and stuff. It's quite frustrating really, but I'll clip it together when I get home and do the best I can for you. Hopefully it's something watchable. There'll be plenty of talking, I'm sure. You know, I never shut up. Some people like it, some people hate it. You can always skip along on the video though if you're getting bored. Although there won't be much more to see after this, to be honest with you. Once I finish this drink and get this fire going, I'll be done for the night. My parking's paid till 2 PM tomorrow, so I'll probably set off around 12. Gives me 2 hours to paddle back over, I don't have to rush. And then my mum asked me to pick her up some Empire biscuits. I'm not actually 100% sure what Empire biscuits are, but that's what she wants. So I'll go and see if I can find them in the local village. Whew. Hot. Just shows you how much the wind circulates though in like all different directions. But I think when you're beachfront, you're always going to get that breeze coming towards you from the water. back to life, I guess. I feel like them flames are almost touching my face, they're so big. Woo! Jesus! Blow the other way. Go that way. It won't be as bad once the stuff in the middle burnt off. It'll all sort of fall in on itself. I think what I might do is just help it out a little bit. Oh, Jesus, the heat. That's a bit better. It's a tiny bit. Ooh, what's that? It's a bit better. It's a tiny little bit further away. Tried to flatten it out more than having a big pyramid. Ooh. Down the hatchet, everyone. That's good. That feels like an achievement getting that drink down me. Right, I think I'm going to say good night, world. It's been lovely seeing you. And I'll pick this up again in the morning. I'm going to enjoy this fire till it's burnt down. And I'm going to head to sleep. Catch us all in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. The sun is out. What a nice way to end the weekend, eh? First things first, I thought I'd have a nice little hot drink to wake me up and get me going. It looks a little crazy now, but it'll soon tone down in a minute. I've got a dirty stove, you see, so it flickers for a while, so it's burnt off some of the old carbon, then it comes out as normal. So, did you all sleep well? I've still got my stick. I'll be taking this home with me. Maybe this should be the caption video. Just like... I don't know. I've had an amazing weekend though. I've got most of the gear out of the tent. Sleeping bags rolled up, beds rolled up, the little mats rolled up, put all my lights and stuff away. The only thing I need to do is put away the big tarp and pack away the tent. And I found a few more little cords that I can use to tie the tripod down to the boat. So I'm hoping when we get out there on the lock, I can actually record a little bit of footage this time. Fingers crossed, everyone. I love it though, definitely love it, 100%. I'd say I'm going to put this at, I'm going to probably put this at my #1 spot now. The last place I went to, I'd say I put that down to #2. And then my secret location up in England, that's my #3 spot. I've got a few others, but don't stand out as much as like scenic locations like this. Oh, that fire last night, jeez Louise, would not go out. So much of the wood's still not burnt because I had to move it away from the fire. It's just trying to burn all night. It's like, I'm not having this. I can feel the heat coming into the tent. I have lost 2 pegs though. I only put 3 down and I've lost 2. They've buried themselves so far into the stones I can't find them. It's not a big deal. Got plenty more pegs. The wind last night was horrendous from about 1 AM to about 3 AM. I think it was like 20-mile-an-hour winds. But the tent was fine, the tarp was fine. I didn't even set the tarp up in a way that would have been the best for high wind. I just threw it together 4 corners and it still stood up. I've been using sea fishing line as my tarp wire rather than bringing big paracord because I just find it saves space. It seems to do the trick though. It's like 150-pound fishing line. Or 75-kilo fishing line. So unless the wind's pushing harder than 75 kilos, very much doubt. The tarp will probably fail before the cordage fails. Everything's dry as well, all my clothes are dry. They actually smell really nice as well, that fresh woodland freshness to them. My waterproof shoes I say waterproof, but water shoes, they're dry now. So at least I can slip into something dry before I get in the boat. And one thing I will say though, this morning, my hands, oh they're really dirty in a minute. My hands are really hurting. My thumbs more than anything. I don't know if that's to do with paddling, and gripping on, or whether it's to do with having to constantly retighten them bolts out in the water. It's like kind of just done my thumbs in. So I'm going to wear a pair of gloves on the way back. See if it helps my hands like not hurt as much. It's an interesting drive home though, with my hand around the steering wheel because it's the same position, isn't it? Double checking the flame was actually on them. Can't see it now in the sunlight. Definitely a bright day. Yeah, I wish I was here for another couple of days now. It'd be a nice day to get suntan, get some sunbathing going on. I mean, in theory, I could just stay for another night. But my parking runs out at 2 o'clock. We've got 2 hours, finish this cuppa, and then get across the lake. The lock, sorry. One thing as well yesterday is these people ripping around on the jet skis. As soon as they rip past you when you're on your kayak, especially when you're on a kayak that's too big for you. As soon as them waves come, it's like, oh no, here we go. Or you'll probably see it for yourself in a little while if I can get that camera to stay up. It's hilarious. The sound of the waves is so relaxing. Come on, hot water. Probably put more water in there than I need, but I'm only going to pour the rest away. There's no point carrying the extra weight back over. What's one of the best things about camping trips on the way home? Packing up's the worst. Everyone hates packing up. But you're always that little bit lighter. And I feel like you always pack your gear, or maybe this is just me, but I feel like you always end up packing it better on the way home than you did on the way here. Because you realise the flaws on the way here. And then next time you go camping, you'll completely forget and pack it wrong again. Yeah, I only brought the one gas bottle with me, but as you've seen, you don't really need it, to be fair. If you've got plenty of wood to burn, the gas stove's kind of pointless. Other than things like this in the morning, making a cup of tea or whatever. For me it's a Horlicks actually, I don't drink tea or coffee. Hot chocolate or Horlicks or something. Maybe some fruit tea. I'm not big on anything with caffeine in it, to be honest with you. Try to avoid it. I've always done my whole life, to be fair. I don't add sugar to my tea. I don't put butter on my bread. I love fruit. I love water. I eat chips without salt on. I can be so boring at times. Not to say that I won't put those things on rare occasions, but kind of try to be additive free. Although when you're cooking Chinese food at home, you've got to put a little bit of MSG in there. Come on. Probably good timing really, because the waves seem like they're just coming in a little bit. So by the time I finish this and got the rest of my gear packed up, should be perfect time to set off. The water seemed nice and calm today. Calm from here, but like when you get out further, obviously the waves get like deeper and more intense. But it's not bad considering I've never kayaked in my life. To say that Friday night I blew up my boat on the beach, threw my gear in the back and paddled across the lake. And I didn't fall in. And then yesterday I paddled back across there to go back to the car, and then I came back, and then today I'm going back over. I've done a lot of paddling, to be fair. I mean, I've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 miles of paddling in total. It's not bad for your first go round. I say pour the water away, I may as well drink it. Waste not, want not. That's what my mama always told me. So I can see bubbles, so we're getting there. Almost done. I say that though, and I'll make this drink. It'll be too hot to drink, so it'll take me 10 minutes for it to cool down. But what I'm going to do in those 10 minutes when this drink's cooled down is get the rest of this gear packed away. I'll give you a quick glimpse of it before I kind of stuff it all in the bags. You probably think, well, that's a lot. And to be honest, I have brought too much. I say it's always better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, depending on what it is. Well, if you had enough money to just be rich and retire, this would be like the perfect spot, little island to buy. Build your little house or whatever. Just wake up to this every morning. It's amazing. Tea's made. One good thing about having a table compared to not having a table is because I always forget to put the lid upside down, but on the table, it doesn't matter. Let that handle cool down a minute. Just bear in mind when you use these pots, the handles still get hot. Just give it a few seconds, a minute or so. Because you don't want to go grabbing your cup, burn yourself, spill the water everywhere. No, it's a bad idea. What I've got that I always forget on all my other trips. A spoon. How convenient is that under the table? right where you need it, when you need it. They'd be chuffed at. Now, I use the cup generally at night, that's just to keep the drinks extra warm. I could just use this, to be fair, but I feel like it's too hot for my lips for too long. Like, my hands can hold the handle easy, but I'm not putting my lips on there. So I'd rather just pour it into there and then good to go. Right, anyway, let me sign off of here. I'm going to pack up the rest of this gear away. I'll bring you back as and when we're on the go. But thanks for watching up to now, and have a great day. See you later. Definitely fighting with the wind today. I don't think either of the days that I've paddled, oh, this is the third time now, isn't it? Well, none of the 3 days, the wind has not been in my favour. That's something to bear in mind when you come out canoeing, paddling or whatever. The wind is too strong for your abilities, like for your strength. I wouldn't even risk it. Because I've been aching, my body's been aching so much for the last couple of nights. I say my hands are hurting. But at least I know what to expect now, as I didn't know before. But like I say, having these gloves definitely helps. Yeah, the wind is definitely trying to pull me to the left. I'm pretty much out in the centre now. Once I get closer to shore, won't be as bad to, won't be as hard to turn the boat, just because I'm out in the thick of it now. I do most of my paddling on the left, because the wind's trying to suck me to the left, trying to fight it by paddling to the left. Keep this boat straight. almost at the halfway. I said 5 minutes, didn't I? It's hard to judge on the water how long it takes. We'll find out though. How long have we been paddling now? 8, 9, 10 minutes? I can't see it. Nearly halfway. It's not too bad then, is it? Wind's trying to take me to a completely different island here. No thank you sir, time for me to go home. As much as I'd love to go and check out the rest of these little islands, there's a tiny one over there. There's 2 more big ones in the middle. I'm trying to turn the boat so I can see if I can show you that little marker. I don't think I'll be able to, the wind's way too strong. I think it's like 13 miles an hour today, out on the water. 12 miles an hour or something it said. But it's not nothing. I can definitely feel it. But yeah, my little kayak trip, everyone. I'm so glad I got to show you some of this. Levi, when you're watching this when you're older, it just shows you, even if something seems difficult or you're not sure about yourself, just go and do it. You're gonna fail more times than you succeed in life. So the sooner you get out there failing, the closer you're gonna be to success. There's only so many times you can get it wrong before you get it right. It's definitely a workout though. I feel myself straying a little bit off course here though. Oh no, I don't know. Should be worth it. Oh, there's my island. I just flipped around and seen it. No! I've got to leave you. Someone else is gonna have to enjoy you for the night. Take care of her. Take care of her. Hey, what the? 11 kilometers an hour south. The little marker anyway. To me, that's the middle. Or is it? I don't know. I don't really know what it represents. It just says 11 kilometers south. Maybe it's just a marker to say it's 11 kilometers to the south. Yeah. I'm impressed with this little boat though. I paid £70 for this boat. 2-person kayak. And to be honest, I thought it was going to be a piece of crap. But look what it's done for me. If you're just beginning and you don't intend to take kayaking and boating super serious, 70 quid's not a big investment really for what you get. I mean, look where I am. People would spend more than that on a flight, and that's not even the hotel or the spending money or anything. I paid that and got to experience this for essentially free after I'd bought the boat. The boat came with paddles as well, which is these ones. I mean, obviously, if you're going to take it seriously, I probably wouldn't be using these paddles. Like I said, I'm going to get rid of them. But just for the one-off little paddle in a bit of river or a lake or whatever, more than enough. I think I'm scared of heights, you see. So I feel like when I've got on the water, it almost kind of gives you that sense of fear of heights because your feet are no longer on the floor. So you don't really know how deep it is underneath you. I know there's no sharks or anything like that. The point is, it's still, your mind plays tricks on you, doesn't it? You're like, oh god! Like if I fell in there, I'd be panicking like I was going to get eaten alive or something. Like I said yesterday, it's a freshwater lake, so it's pretty much closed off, apart from it feeds another river. So it starts to get difficult now. Wind's trying to push me back out. I'm like, no, I want to go to land. It's definitely pushed me, I'd say, at least 30% to the left, as much as I've gone forward. Oh, these waves are getting tough. It's such a strong wind. Well, we're still going forward though. It's just that we're going left at the same time. But I'm mostly paddling left. Just trying to fight that wind to keep the boat straight. The wind wants to push me to the left. So as much as we're going forward, like I say, we are going left. Once I get closer to shallow water, I'm there to fight it a little bit easier. Well, that's just what I'm predicting, you know, I'm not some sort of kayaking expert. If I left this boat to its own devices, I'd just be sailing down to the south end of the lake, the loch, sorry, sailing. I hope I've made my parking. I'll probably get back to the car and there'll be a ticket on it, I bet you. I feel like I'm about 20 minutes late. If I paid all that money, I went to all that effort to pay for my parking and still get a ticket. Just my luck, that is. Happened last time when I went up when I took my friend, you know, up the cobbler. Paid for parking and stuff. Came back. There was a ticket on the car saying I'd parked outside the allotted lines. And like, the tyre was a little bit over. I was like, oh, for God's sake. Jobs works. Oh, definitely strayed way to the left. Get over this way, pal. Oh, someone up there on the pedal boats. Our pedal boat would be good right now. It's got them things underneath where you can steer, hasn't it? I don't have one of them. Oh. Camera's leaning over a little bit. It's my fault with my foot. How long have we been paddling? 19 minutes. Ah, that's not too bad, good. And I can see the beach on the other side. I can see all the people. Does not want to stay straight, this boat. Just wants to go left. It's just weird because the waves are pushing to the right, so the wind is pushing to my right, but yeah, it wants me to go left, which makes me assume because the back of the boat's heavier, it's pushing the back of the boat around. Look, it's got all my bags and stuff. I feel like the wind must affect the heavier part of the boat. So I'm not that heavy, so I'm guessing my camping equipment probably weighs more than me, which can't do, that doesn't even make sense. So I'm about 70, 65 kilos. There's no way my camping gear weighs that much. It can't be more than 20. I don't know. Maybe it's just the position on the boat, because the back end of the boat is obviously longer. I'm sat right up to the front, which I know for everyone watching, you'll be like, that's not how you kayak. Well, I know, but the position of this boat is really crap, to be fair. Two-seater, it's meant for two people. It's not really meant for one person and his gear, or two people and the gear. It's just meant for two people out kayaking. The positions are really terrible for putting your equipment in. Either that or the boat's not actually long enough for two people, basically, so they've tried to cram two seats in here and put it at a really awkward position. I don't know. I'm almost there though, people. I'll turn the camera around so you can get a view of where we're going, and I'm sure you're sick of seeing my face now. You'll see how much we're turning left. We have turning left, I'm going right. We need to get over here. For some reason, we know why. The boat is not going the way I want it to go. Come on. Water on the phone. I must be going about half a mile an hour. Not even that. I feel like I'm just being pushed backwards. Every time I stop stroking, paddling, we're just going backwards. Which is nuts. Come on. As soon as I stop paddling, then you see how much we turn to the left. That's where we're going, over that way. Come on, boat. Stop going that way. This way. It's that pier. I'm trying to get to the right side of that pier. This boat is not playing fair right now. Now I've got to fight these waves. I can see them coming. Oh! I'm going to the complete wrong beach here. Oh, here comes the big waves. Whoa. 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 on, man. Stop going to the left. We want to go to the right. There you go, just stopping. It literally comes to a dead stop as soon as I start pedaling. And then it starts going backwards to the left. Thanks, mate. I love this smell of diesel. We almost made it, people. I'm sure these people don't want to be seen. 27 minutes so far up to. That's how long it's taken me to cross. That's not too bad, is it? Could be worse. That wind is still strong though, even though I'm right next to the beach. It's like, it's pushing me left, still bad. Imagine I was to fall in now, right in front of all these people. Hey duckies. Well, as you can see, we made it back alive. Look at my paddle. So close to snapping off. Right. I mean, look, the paddles are not even straight. This one's flat here. This one's like turned all the way over to the side. It's just, oh, garbage. Anyway, let's get this boat folded up. I told you about the clothes being a good idea. I'm pretty much dry already under here. Small damp patch. That's it. Everything's packed away, people. Luckily, no parking ticket. Let me quickly get changed and then I'm out of here. So I'll catch us all later. Peace. Well, that's me packed away, changed, nice and dry and clean, ready for the long trip home. I'm gonna go grab a few bits, a few munchies, a few drinks, and then set off. So thanks for everyone for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves as much as I have. Levi, if you're watching sometime, mwah, love you. Catch us all later, people. Bye.